We're outside Norima restaurant in Abidjan, which was voted the best restaurant in Abidjan on numerous occasions. We're going to have a chat with Christelle, who is an Ivorian who was born and bred in Cote d'Ivoire. She then moved to the States, spent some time in Atlanta, and then when she met her husband, they decided to come back and try their hand at opening a restaurant business in Cote d'Ivoire, and it turned out to have worked really well for them. So let's find out from her who her clientele is, what the dynamics are of running a restaurant business in Cote d'Ivoire, and of course, are you able to get a business loan as a startup?
I met Frank there, which is my partner and also my husband. And he worked here a little bit, so I think he left Abidjan, he was 24 years old.
Okay.
So he knew the reality of the work environment here. And then he met me in the States, so he saw me working there. He's like, oh my God, you have to come back.
Yes.
You have no idea, like, for real, like the way you just work, and work, we don't have that etiquette here. So if you're able to just stay the way you are and come here and work, honestly, it should be easy for you to, to find your way around. So that's really what happened. We decided to come back.
Now, can you talk to us about some of the realities of running a small to medium business in Cote d'Ivoire? Like, what are some of the realities, the challenges? For example, let me ask you one question. For example, if you want to open a place as lovely as this, is there a process where you can perhaps get a bank loan, or how does it work? Do you have to have cash up front?
Definitely, you cannot have, if you're starting, you cannot have a bank loan. Yes. Like, let's be honest, no. Yeah. Or maybe there's a way, but I wouldn't be able to tell you now. You have to have your own money. It's sad, but it's true. Like, people don't trust small businesses. And, our industry is like, there's a lot of failure in the restaurant industry. So a lot of people don't trust us to lend us money. So imagine, you're a small business, people don't trust small business. Then your restaurant, people even trust.
And then you're a woman.
Thank you. Going. When it's just, so you don't really get money from the bank at first. You just do with what you have. And that's really what we did. We just came. Norima wasn't like this. When Norima was in the corner, was the kitchen right now. It's very small. So, you don't really get money from the bank or from the government. Don't even think about it. That's not even the way I see doing business, just because, when you want to open a business, you just count on yourself. The rest will come with time, but you really have to count on yourself. And that's what we did.
So I guess that's kind of the culture in Cote d'Ivoire in general. When you want to start a business, a small business, you would have to...
Yeah, you have to be able to do it on your own. Sometimes just don't think big. Norima wasn't such a nice place, We did with what we have, and eventually the money that we made allowed us to open the second restaurant. Then the money from the second restaurant allowed us to open the third one. So it's really do with what you have, and eventually it will come. But don't even think about say, okay, well, I have that great business plan. I'm going to the bank and they lend me the money, and oh no, don't dream. It won't happen.
And just in closing, it's been my first time in Abidjan, my first time in Francophone Africa.
Okay.
So I've literally been amazed, just the experience, that I've had. I was pleasantly surprised. I was really surprised right from the airport. Everything worked. The systems worked when you go to other places. For you, what would you say to people if they want to come and do business in Cote d'Ivoire, if they want to come here on holiday? What is the drawing factor of this country?
I think in Abidjan, people are very open-minded. And for me, it's a plus. I'll give you an example. When I was coming back, everybody told me, oh my God, you don't know anybody, you don't have somebody in politics, so you're probably not gonna make it, right? But a month ago, I was cooking for the First Lady for the biggest gala in the country.
Lovely.
And I was cooking with a chef étoilée, the only woman chef étoilée in France.
Oh, that's incredible.
And, but it was just me coming here. People were welcoming enough to accept that you don't know anybody, but you're working hard. Like, we were voted the best restaurant in the country and all that. But it's really based on nothing but work.
Yes.
Why I gave you that example, because I honestly think Ivorians are so open-minded that they take anybody in. They're very warm. So imagine you go somewhere and no matter where you go, people will just be nice to you.
Yes.
That's what I've noticed, you know. And that's one thing, that people are very warm and welcoming. And second, because Ivory Coast is so virgin, you know, you can do anything here.
Yes.
Business, if you want to open a coffee shop, we don't have the best coffee shop in the world. You can have a very good coffee shop. If you want to open a hair salon, you can open a very good one, because we're not there yet. So everything needs to be improved. So basically, for me, Africa is kind of like a sponge. Anything can still get in, you know, and a welcoming sponge.
Yeah.